Alright, so, yeah, I got some bad news. Well, I mean, it's all a matter of perspective. But so, first off, thanks for the subs, thanks for the likes, thanks for the comments. Appreciate every single one of you. Thanks for the tips. Appreciate every single one of you. Thanks for the Patreon support. I appreciate every single one of you. So yeah, my truck, I'm in my truck, but my truck is demolished. I mean, you can even see, I'll show y'all everything before the end of the video, but my truck is gone. I'll tell y'all what happened. I mean, it's just too much damage. They're not gonna, I seriously doubt they're gonna try to fix it. I'll show y'all. But so I'm driving down this street, and it's, 2 lanes going north, 2 lanes going south. I'm in the right lane going south. And the speed limit's at 35, 40, and I'm doing around 35, 40. I'm just sticking with the traffic, you know what I mean? And as I'm driving past this side street, this girl just rams right into the side of my truck. I mean, I don't know. She must have either not seen me or she accidentally hit the gas instead of the brake. You know what I mean? But, I mean, I can't believe it felt like she was doing like 60. It knocked my car like over. I mean, when I seen her coming, I kind of hit the brakes and pulled to the left, trying to like get around her, but she rammed right into the side of me. I ended up landing in the oncoming turn lane, and she was like a 16-year-old girl, probably hadn't been driving very long. There was two young girls in the car. They were freaked the fuck out, I mean, I got out and made sure they were all right. They were really freaked out. But so then I tried to get my car out of the turn lane and bring it to the side street, and my right tire is just pressed back into the frame, so the tire popped when I tried to move my car, basically. And so then it literally took the cops at least an hour to show up. I was like, this is unbelievable. Like, this there's like 5-10 people showed up, her parents, the other girl's parents, and I don't know, there was a bunch of people there. And it was 1,000% not my fault, I mean, if it was my fault, I'd just say it, you know what I mean? But so we're sitting there waiting for the cops, and then the cop shows up, and it's just this dumb lady who, I mean, she was just one of those people that's just so dumb. It's like talking to him, you feel like you're talking to a dog or something, like as if nothing's even getting through. She reminded me if you put a pair of sunglasses on a fire hydrant and tried to have a conversation with it. That's what it was like. So, I mean, I fucked up though, because what happened was I had just been in a wreck and I really didn't understand exactly what happened, to be totally honest. What I thought happened was she pulled out in front of me and I hit her. So, like a dumbass, that's what I said to the cops. Even though it was painfully obvious by looking at my car that I was hit on the side, I didn't really, you know what I'm saying? I was just like, I thought that was what happened, you know what I mean? So, that was what I said. And to be honest, I didn't realize till the next day when I was looking at my car, there's zero damage to the front. It's all on the side right above the wheel. So as I'm looking at my car, I'm like, wait a fucking minute. I didn't hit her. She fucking hit me. But the impact felt so hard that I was like, there's no way she got up that much speed from the side street straight to the right lane. Unless she was just doing like fucking 30 miles an hour. I don't know. But the impact was hard. I've been in wrecks before. But I don't know. I don't know how fast she was going. I'll show you all the damage. I mean, there's no damage to my front end. Her front end was totaled. And my right side is totaled. So, we're sitting there with the fucking this dumbass cop's just sitting in her car the whole time. And, you know, I'm not out to just talk shit or whatever, but I'll tell y'all what ended up happening, why I think this cop is a complete fucking idiot. Although it's probably partially my fault too. But anyway, so, you know, the cop's asking me what happened. I'm like, yeah, she pulled out in front of me, and, like, I didn't have no time to react, you know what I mean? I yanked the wheel to the left and hit the brake, but, yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, the fact that I hit the brake did not lessen the impact at all. I was like, what the fuck just happened? Like, if you ever been in a wreck, it's kind of hard to tell what the fuck's going on. But so, you know, I was just like, so the cop's doing all the paperwork and shit, and I call my insurance company and tell them what happened. And then they get their car towed, and I'm sitting here trying to figure out what the fuck to do, because I don't know where to take my car. I called, my brother's got some mechanic that he uses, so I called my brother. I'm like, yo, call your mechanic and see if I can just fucking park out in front of his house and stay in my truck for a week or two to figure out what the fuck I'm gonna do. But the mechanic wasn't answering, so then I called one of my buddies. You know, he's got like a wife and kids. I just don't want to be like a burden, you know what I mean? So anyways, I call him up and he's like, yeah, I got AAA. He's like, I'll get you towed to my house and you can fucking stay here and figure out what the fuck, you know? That's where I'm at now. I'm at my buddy's house. So I call AAA, we're waiting on the tow. Then the cop is like, are you gonna get the car towed? I'm like, yeah, I'm just waiting for AAA. She's like, okay, well, I'll call a tow truck too, and whichever one shows up. I'm like, well, I got a tow truck coming, so, you know. She's like, oh, duh. And she's just sitting in her car. Next thing I know, a tow truck shows up. I'm like, are you a AAA? He's like, no. And he's like backing up. I'm like, whoa, hold up. Where are you taking my fucking, like, I'm waiting for a tow. Like, and the cop's like, no, we can't wait. You're in the middle of the road. If you get hit, it's this and that and all this shit. Really, I was in the median. And so I'm like, well, wait a minute. I got a fucking tow coming to my friend's house. Like, where the fuck, what are y'all doing? And he's like, well, I'll just take it to the tow yard. You should have seen this hillbilly ass tow truck driver. But anyways, he ended up being cool. But so he's like, oh yeah, I'll take it to the tow yard, and then it's gonna cost you this and that to get it out and all this shit. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, I've got it being towed to my friend's house. Why the fuck would I? And the cop's like, well, I can't wait any longer. I'm like, bitch, you took 2 hours to get out here. Now all of a sudden you gotta go. Like, I'm waiting on a tow truck. Like, you can fucking leave me here. I don't need a babysitter. You know what I mean? And she's like, no, if you get hit, it's libel, this and that. Like, everybody's so fucking annoying, dude. And so I'm like, all right, so how much are you going to charge me to tow the car? He's like, oh, it's $100 and whatever dollars, and then $4 for each mile. I'm like, all right, take it to my buddy's house. I'm just going to have to eat this shit. Look, isn't this annoying? I'm driving down the road. I got a sandwich. I'm about to go to the park and eat it. All of a sudden, some fucking kid who can't drive for shit totals my car. Now I got to pay to get my car towed. I was fucking enraged, bro. So, of course, there's a blower going. Bro, I could be on fucking Pluto, and there's gonna be someone behind me running a fucking blower. I'm like, I'm in the middle of a neighborhood, in the middle of the suburbs in Florida. Like, it just never stops. Anyways, so I get the car towed to my buddy's house, which is where I am now. Yo, what's up? I'm just filming a video to explain what happened to my truck.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, I mean, well, I'll tell you what's going on in a little bit, but I think I might have somewhere to stay. So,
Okay.
I've got to get a hold of this motherfucker later today. But my brother's mechanic is like, well, you can fucking maybe stay here and just fucking work around my shop and shit, and I'll let you stay in the fucking trailer in the back or something. So I got to talk to him and see what's up with that.
All right. Yeah. No worries, man. Whatever's clever.
All right.
I got a meeting. I got to run out for a little bit, but I'll be back in a few hours. I'll be back before the kids get home.
All right.
You can leave that open, I guess, if you want, or if you want, I can close it. I mean,
all right.
Close it,
Whatever. It's up to you. So, where was I? All right, so yeah, I just got the shit towed to here, which is my buddy's house. And, well, I pretty much just told y'all how it's going to end. But, so, what happened was fucking I called my insurance and they basically said like, yeah, it's up to her insurance to pay for your car, but it's got to be her fault. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, well, it is her fault, 1,000%. And the insurance is like, did you get a ticket? I'm like, no, I didn't get a fucking ticket, you know? But here's the thing, once that tow truck showed up and me and the cop were kind of getting into it a little bit, I was like, all of a sudden, I'm like, you took fucking 2 hours to get out of here. Now all of a sudden, you're in some rush to get out of here. And so she was being a bitch towards me and I was being an asshole towards her. But anyways, right before the guy gets my car on the tow thing, I noticed there's an envelope sitting on my seat, and I just grabbed it. I didn't even look what was in it. I figured it was an accident report or something. So I was like, I didn't even look at it. So when I'm talking to my insurance company, they're like, did you get a ticket? I'm like, no, I didn't get nobody gave me no fucking ticket, you know? I'm like, it wasn't my fault. I was driving down the road. The chick rammed into the side of me, you know what I mean? They're like, yeah, it sounds like it's her fault, and this and that. They're like, call her insurance and tell them what happened. So I did that. And then last night I'm sitting there and I'm like, let me see what's in this fucking envelope they gave me. I should have looked in it instantly. There's a ticket in there for reckless driving for me. Like, I'm driving down the road with the traffic and someone smashes into the side of me and I get a ticket for reckless driving. I don't know if they gave her a ticket, but that might be because initially I thought I hit her. I'll show you all the damage. There's nothing on my front end, and her front end was completely totaled. So it's obvious that she hit me in the side, you know what I mean? So I was like, I noticed the ticket. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? This is going to complicate things, you know what I mean? So, oh, and another thing was apparently my license was suspended for not paying. They have these fucking cameras on the red lights around here. So, like, you know how sometimes you just gotta run the fucking light? You can't just slam on the fucking brakes, and especially me, if I slam on the brakes, everything I own is gonna be in the front seat, you know what I mean? So every once in a while, I've gotta kind of almost, like, it's so close it doesn't fucking matter, you know what I'm saying? So anyways, I had a ticket for a red light, which I paid, but then apparently there was another one which I didn't know about, because I thought they'd send in these letters to my brother's house, if you don't pay this red light ticket, this and that. I'm like, what the fuck, I already paid it, so I was just ignoring it, you know? Apparently I had another one, so my license was suspended, so she took my license and gave me a ticket for that too. And I didn't know that there was two red light things. I didn't know that until I called up today, and they were like, I was like, look, I paid this shit, I can show it to you, you know what I mean? I paid it with my debit card, so I've got proof of it, you know what I mean? And she's like, okay, well, what was the date on that? I'm like, I don't know, April or some shit. She's like, oh, well, the one your license is suspended for is from fucking June or some shit. So apparently, you know, I had two tickets for running a red light, so now I got to pay another for, you know, I got to pay that ticket, or I might try to take it to court, because this is bullshit. If they're just gonna fucking, every time you fucking come anywhere near running a fucking red light, they think they're gonna charge me $300. They're out of their fucking minds, you know what I mean? So I'm oh, and I talked to her about, I was like, look, she gave me a reckless driving ticket. I was fucking rammed into the side of my car. I'm like, how do I go to court over this? Because fuck that, I'm not having that, you know? Plus that's gonna fuck all the insurance up. They're gonna fucking, you know, if it's my fault, they're gonna not pay for my car, you know what I mean? So this is all the shit I gotta deal with now. But I don't know if you heard me talking to my buddy before, but, you know, my buddy doesn't care if I stay here, but the problem is I'm in the middle of nowhere. Like, if I want to go get something to eat, there's nowhere for me to go, so I have to wait to be fed like I'm one of his kids. Like, I can't live like this. So my brother ended up calling his mechanic, and apparently his mechanic has like a trailer behind his place, and he's like, yeah, if your brother wants to work a little bit and help me around the shop, I'll let him fucking stay in the back for free till he gets his shit together. And so it's looking like I'm gonna try to do that. And, you know, I like, if I'm being paid to work on cars, I'll fucking work on them. It's useful knowledge, you know what I mean? So we'll see about that. But when I called the mechanic this morning, he didn't answer. His voicemail is full. Mechanics are all fucking swamped, at least around here, you know what I mean? But according to my brother, he was like, yeah, tell your brother to call me, and I'll have him help me out around the shop, and he can fucking stay in the trailer or whatever. So hopefully that's what's going to end up happening is I'll be staying down in Clearwater at this mechanics, and you know I'll still be doing the same content I've been doing. Actually, I got a lot of ideas for a lot of shit I want to do, but also on my Patreon, I'm gonna keep doing exactly what I'm doing on there, which is basically I've been studying the Illuminati and all that shit for the past couple of years, and I've found what I believe to be the truth. If you want to learn about it, go on my Patreon. It's $5 a month, or you can do $20 a month. But either way, it's the same shit. It's just I only have like, you know, I'm just whoever's on my Patreon is going to see my Patreon videos. Maybe when I start doing stand-up, I'll make another tier or something again. I don't know. We'll see. But if you want to see that shit on my Patreon, it's getting interesting over there. I'll tell you that much. Like, I wasn't even paying Patreon much attention, but now I'm kind of excited about it because now it's kind of shaped into... I've just got a lot of shit to go over on there, and if you're interested in that type of shit, go over there and check it out. It's, you know, so... But I'm going to keep doing the same things I'm doing on this channel, just talking about urban survival and you know, maybe doing some reaction videos and whatever. We'll see. If I've actually got a trailer to stay in and shit, that's going to make it actually a lot easier for me to, you know, film for Patreon and YouTube, because in my car, it's kind of difficult to do. So in the end, I'm not sweating it, whatever. Even if they fuck me out of my car, I'll make money and I'll get another fucking car, you know what I mean? But here's the thing. Here's what bothers me. And you know, I've had lawyers calling me up. Like, I don't even how the fuck they even get my number. Like, I just got in this wreck the day before yesterday. But you know, everyone, the tow truck driver and a lot of people have been advising me. They're like, go to the hospital and say you got whiplash and all this shit. You'll get like $100,000. I'm like, yeah, that sounds great, but here's the issue. I'm not injured. You know what I mean? Like, so you want me to just play this role and pretend? And it's not me, bro. You know what I mean? If I was injured, sure, you know, but you know, I was fine. I am fine. Maybe I was a little rattled in the head, maybe, because, you know, it's the whole thing just had my, you know, I don't even think it was the physical impact of it. It's just the whole situation's got my head going in a million different directions at once. So I haven't really been able to think straight until today. Things are starting to come into focus. You know what I'm saying? So I do not think I'm injured in any way, shape, or form. I feel totally fucking fine. I'm physically flexible, so I'm very much not prone to injury. You know what I mean? So I don't want to, you know, and people are like, well, you're not taking money from the girl's family, you're taking it from the insurance company. But here's the thing, like, I don't want to bullshit and lie and play this act. It's not what I do, bro. I don't, you know what I mean? But so I'm not doing that. If they fuck me out of my car, they fuck me out of my car. But I gotta say this much. That girl knows 100% it was her fault. The first thing she did was apologize to me when I got out of the car to see if they were okay, because it was a serious fucking wreck. But so, you know, so she was apologizing. She knew it was her fault, and I wasn't like fucking mad at the girl. She was a kid, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, no, whatever, you know what I mean? Shit happens. But then when her parents all showed up, they're like looking at me like it's my fault, and like, I swear, I was tempted to like start talking shit to her dad, because I just didn't like the way he was, you know, trying to give me like hard looks and shit. But I'm like, I'm just gonna stand on the corner over here and avoid this shit, you know, because I'm not getting into no dumb shit over this, you know. But when I went over there and I'm like, yo, can I get a picture of the front end for I was like, I got a YouTube, I just want to show people. I'm not going to get the license plate or her or anything. And they're like, her parents are like, no, we're not comfortable with that. You can't. And then when I talk to my insurance, they're like, oh yeah, you should have took pictures of her car and this and that. But I'm like, what am I gonna do? Just start, I didn't want to get into a conflict in the street because, once my fucking temper goes, I'm prone to act like a fucking idiot. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, let me just avoid these people. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't take no pictures or nothing. I did want to show y'all her front end because it's fucking wrecked. You couldn't even tell what kind of car it was. I'm like, it looks like, if you looked at her car, it looks like she was doing 100 miles an hour and smashed into a fucking brick wall. I gotta say, my little CRV is pretty solid, dude, because, well, my shit's totaled, but her car looked a lot worse than mine. But the thing is, my car's not drivable. But here's my point is that, like, all I want is for her to replace the car that was destroyed, which Kelly Blue Book value of my vehicle with my mileage is about 6.5 to 7K. So I'm expecting, if things go in my favor, I'll be getting 5 to 6K. I'm guessing. I don't know. Y'all probably know better than me. But that's all I'm asking for. Realistically, I could be playing this whole role of, oh, I got whiplash, and this lawyer that called me up yesterday, I don't know where he got my number, but he's like, oh yeah, no, you need to go to the hospital. He's like, we'll get you a rental car. He's like, this and that. He's like, I'm gonna get you $100,000. He's like, look, I understand that you may not think you're injured or this and that. He's like, but here's the thing, like, they're basically trying to fuck you out of your car and this and that. And I'm like, look, man, I appreciate the offer. I appreciate it, everything. But I don't want to complicate things. I just want my car paid for. They're not even going to give me what it's worth, considering all the fucking, I've put years worth of work into this. I just paid thousands of dollars to get the engine rebuilt. I mean, I'm getting fucked either way here. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm like, I don't want to make $100,000 by bullshitting and playing a role and being. It's not me. You know what I'm saying? I don't lie. I don't steal. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to make it sound like I'm some sort of fucking saint or anything. But here's the thing: everything comes back to you, and I'm fully aware of that. I answer to God. I don't answer to people. I don't answer to this material world. It's in my best interest, in my opinion, to just be honest, and that's what I do. So, I can make my own fucking money. You know what I'm saying? At worst come to worst, I'll go do fucking portraits on the beach. Like, so I don't need to fucking lie and play this role. Like, I'm picturing me with a big neck brace. Like, oh yeah, fucking give me $100,000. I got crutches, bandage wrapped around my head and shit. Like, it's beneath me, bro. I'm not even trying to sound like it's not what I do, bro. I make my money. I earn, that's the thing in this world. I'm telling you, that, let this loud ass thing, oh my God, let this go by. Oh, for fuck's sake. In this world, it's normal to lie. It's normal. You know what I'm saying? We got to stop being like that. Like, yeah, maybe you'll make $100,000 or whatever, but what good is it if you got to make money the honest way? You know what I'm saying? It's the only way to do it. That's why everyone's all mentally ill and shit. They do all this fucked up shit, and then they can't really stomach themselves. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm doing for my own mental health and well-being. It sounds like a fucking plane just landed over there. It's a fucking garbage truck. But yeah, so I'm not trying to make myself out to be a saint or anything. What I'm saying is, the reason I'm just keeping it real is because that's what I do, and that's why I like myself. That's why I keep my self-respect and my pride in as a that shit's important to me. Anyways, I guess I'll show y'all my truck real quick. I've been at this house before, like I've stayed at my buddy's house before, and I swear, it's never this noisy out here until I'm filming a fucking video. Anyways, so let me flip the camera around. and show y'all what this chick did to my motherfucking truck. Let me zoom it out. Alright, so there's everything looks fine, everything looks normal, but then you get around to, now you can see my bumper is fine. I didn't hit anything with my front, but now you're starting to see, like, that was where she fucking plowed into me. And look at that shit. I mean, she must have been going, look, I mean, it is fucked. There's, you know, when the cop went to move my car, he's like, oh, your transmission just blew up. Fucking, I don't know, that piece of metal is fucking, I mean, that is some solid shit. I don't know how that, yeah, it's, I mean, right? They're gonna total this fucking thing, I'm guessing. So, I mean, I've kind of readjusted. Everything back here was, like I was gonna do a tour of my truck. There's my coconut oil for my hair. Got to take a shower yesterday, so. There's the fucking, that vehicle that sounds like a fucking plane landing. But, I've kind of, this shit was all just everywhere, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I mean, my shit got destroyed. You can see what it used to look like if you go on my, in my videos, and you can see the tour of my CRV. I brought the generator into my buddy's house because, I don't want that to get stolen. It's like $1,000. But, yeah, my whole life just got demolished because some chick can't drive. And I get it. It's a fucking mistake. It's not like I hate this girl or anything. But I tell you what, let me switch this back. If her asshole father tries to pull any shit and be like, oh, it's not our fault, fuck him and fuck his car, like, I ain't with all that shit, bro. Like, if I can get a hold of his number, I'll just call him up and be like, look, man, I was driving down the street, you know your daughter fucked up and rammed into the side of my car. Do what's right, tell the fucking insurance and let them pay for your daughter's fucking bad driving. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? How could you, look, if I was her and I did that and I rammed into the side of someone's car, I wouldn't tell the insurance it wasn't my fault. I'd be like, yeah, I fucked up. It happens, you know what I mean? So it's not their fault, it's my fault. I fucking hit their car. I'm not gonna make them, I'm not just gonna leave them without a car because I fucked up, you know what I mean? But it's like, that's my point. It's like, that's the type of world we live in where people are willing to do that to each other. Like, I even, I'm like, y'all ain't gonna believe this shit, but I live in my car. So, like, you know, they know damn well that if they don't pay for my car, that they just fucked me out of everything, my car and my house. But luckily, hopefully, the mechanic's gonna let me stay back there and whatever. I guess I'll be learning how to fix cars, and then I'll film my videos after work, you know? But, and I'll show y'all around my trailer. Hopefully I'll have a trailer to stay in. I mean, whatever, we'll see. And I'll get my money up and I'll get another fucking truck, build it out, and I'll take y'all to fucking Vegas or Colorado or wherever the fuck we're going. We'll figure it out. Maybe back to New York for a little while. We'll see, but that's where we're at now. My good old Honda, which I actually really love, my little Honda, is fucked. And it's gone. I'm gonna probably, you know, depending on how much money I get, I want a 4Runner, but I'm not getting a 4Runner unless I've got a lot of money, because I'm not buying some fucking people 4Runners hold their value and people know it. So unless you're spending literally 30 to 50K, in my opinion, you know, I'm not buying some fucking, you know, 95 4Runner with 300,000 miles on it for 10K. That's what these motherfuckers are trying to get for their 4Runners. But the thing is, you know, ideally, I would like to have my truck fixed. I love my little CRV. I fucking, you know, I love this truck. I want this same exact truck. If I can't have a 4Runner, I want this, because it's a good, reliable little thing. I mean, you know, I've had to put a lot of money into this because they didn't take good care of it until I got it. But Honda CRVs are fucking good cars. I tell you what, I'm not getting nothing from a dealership ever again. I'll be buying it from, you know, Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace. I'm not going to no fucking dealership with these little Florida con artists selling fucked up engines and all this other bullshit. Here comes the motherfucking loudest truck on earth. Hopefully he's not gonna be riding by anymore after this. I'm almost done with this video anyway, but let's see. So we'll see. But that's where we're at. So, you know, I ain't fucking sweating it. I ain't stressing. I guess I am stressing it a little bit, but you know, shit happens and it ain't gonna fucking kill me, bro. It ain't the first time I've been in a fucked up spot due to no fault of my own. Everyone says it, but I swear, I don't know. Maybe I got a little bias in there. I don't know. But I feel like a lot of the shit I've gone through in my life was due to just this fucked up, crazy society we live in where people are so quick to fuck each other over. And I might be in another situation like that where I'm taking that ticket to court. There's no fucking way I'm taking that reckless driving shit, considering this kid just ran. I mean car, bitch. But this kid just ran into the side of my car, you know what I mean? Like, fuck all that. The airbags deployed, like... God. Look, the airbag went. That one went. But... yeah. So... let's let this guy get the fuck out of here. Oh, yeah, gonna take this garbage out. But, yeah, so that's the current situation. So that's why I was supposed to put a video on Patreon yesterday, but I didn't get the opportunity to do it. It might be a couple days before I can get a video on Patreon because I've got to set up. Hopefully my laptop still works, and you know, it's a pretty tough laptop. It's been through a lot of shit. I think it'll work fine, but yeah. So I need to get this out there to tell people what the fuck's going on. I'll probably put this video on Patreon and YouTube, but yeah, that's where I'm at. So. I'm hoping that my brother's mechanic is gonna just let me stay behind his place and whatever. I'll help him work on cars and shit. And then, I mean, if he wants me to be working full time, he's gonna have to pay me more than just give me a motherfucking trailer to sleep in. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna cost like. You want me to work 40 hours a week? I'm not doing that to just sleep in some dead ass trailer. It's probably filled with fucking bugs and all kinds of other shit, but we'll see. I don't know. I tell you what though, I'd rather sleep in that trailer than sleep on the street. You know what I mean? I do not like sleeping on the street, but I've done it before and I'll fucking do it again if I have to. But I guess that's about it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to say about this, but can't think of anything now. But yeah, let me watch this video and make sure it makes sense. And so yeah, that's my current situation. No more CRV. It ain't looking that way, but you never know. But yeah, I'll let y'all know what's going on or whatever other videos. I've got a list of videos I want to make, but I don't know. We'll see if I'm in the right state of mind to make them, or if I need to wait till I get into this trailer, or what. We'll see. So anyways, yeah, thanks for the subs, thanks for the likes, thanks for the comments. Appreciate every single one of you. Thanks for the tips. Appreciate every single one of you. Thanks for the Patreon support. Appreciate every single one of you. And yeah, if you're interested in the Illuminati and shit, and why the world is the way it is, and how you can prevent this society from turning you into something you're not, you know, then go to my Patreon. Anyways, yeah, I'll see y'all later. This is Josie, my buddy's dog, she's basically a 50-pound lap dog. Look at this fucking thing. Yeah, so this is Josie. Josie, say hi. Josie. Look. Who's that? Yeah. She's I think you know what Josie is? You ever heard of a fucking Callahoola leopard dog? It's some fucking southern fucking hunting dog. They use these fucking things to run around the swamps. But she's half pit bull, half Callahoola leopard dog, so yeah. But she's a good dog. Anyways, I just figured I'd introduce y'all to Josie later.